put up a little quick post showing off all the parts I've acquired over the past few days. Um, I have a couple jobs I have to do out here, but I'm at a little bit of a pause because I finished one job. I got the wheel bearing job taken care of, and I got to put a radiator in this van. But somebody forgot to leave the keys, and the thing's locked up. So I gotta wait for somebody to get a hold of me. So in the meantime, I was gonna start messing around with my car, but I know as soon as I get into it, someone will call me and I'll have to stop. I mean, I can try to see if these tires hold there, but I figured I'd get on the live and I'd show you guys what I got today. Call it a tool review. So I went to, so here's how this all started anyways. My Harbor Freight sockets and stuff, I was missing a few. The smaller ones would break all the time. I'm always going in there having to return them. It's nice because you can get free ones, but anyways, the other thing too is I have to like search through my bag to get at certain things, and I usually don't get kits like this. I usually call these like starter kits for like rookies. But originally I was looking at one that was like, it was just all 3/8. It had a ratchet and it had sockets, and I thought it covered like all the 3/8 drive, shallow and deep sockets, right? But when I went to look on the back here, it only covered a certain number of sockets, and they were all 12 point. Now, I like to have 6-point sockets because most fasteners out there are 6-point bolts. You can use a 12-point socket on a 6-bolt. I mean, on a 12-point. You know what I'm saying? You can use a 12-point socket on a 6-point bolt. But I wouldn't recommend doing that because you have a higher chance of stripping it out, and you can strip out your socket. They do make 12-point bolts for those 12-point sockets. Point in case, if you've ever seen a Ford Mustang, the drive shaft bolts where they go into the rear end, those are 12-point bolts. You can't use a 6-point socket on that. So we got this because first I was looking for something to have like organized. All I wanted was 3/8 drive, shallow and deep sockets, and a ratchet in a case. So that way if I needed to work on something, I had a case and it was all there. I didn't have to go digging for it. But the one I was looking at was all 12-point sockets, and it didn't cover the whole range. So I got this because this was on sale for $150. It was like 143 or something like that. And this actually covers more. So it has 6 and 12-point sockets. In the 3/8 drive, it goes from 10 to 19 in the deep sockets. And then in 1/4-inch drive, it goes from 4 to 14, which is good. And then the regular short sockets, it goes from 7 to 21. So I'm pretty much covered. And then it has a bit driver, and then some bits which come in handy. But this is a lot bigger than I had originally wanted to get, but it'll work. So it's got extensions, it's got adapters, it's got all these bits. But what I really wanted was these deep 6-point sockets, because like I said, it seems like a lot of like socket sets you get, the 12-point sockets, and it just fucking rounds every bolt off. So like all these wrenches are 12-point wrenches. That will round off a bolt. So eventually I'm gonna have to. I have some 6-point wrenches in my bag, but eventually I'm gonna have to get a wrench set that's all 6-point, because He said they make 12-point bolts. Case in point, the Ford Mustang drive shaft. I didn't even notice this had spark plug sockets too, so that's pretty good. And then I got my little 1/4-inch drive set there, but I have all this now. I guess I won't really be needing to use that 1/4-inch drive set all that much. I lost the 8mm socket in that. But yeah, so I used it already on the Baron job. And what I like about it is this. Look at that ratchet. Look at the head on that ratchet. That's like, you can get that into some tight spots. You know what I'm saying? Like the ratchets I got in there, the heads fucking stick out like out to here. And even the 1/2-inch drive ratchet, I mean, it's still pretty big, but for a 1/2-inch drive ratchet. The only thing I don't like about is I saw that they had these for sale in longer versions, because you can't really get no leverage on that. I had to use my old ratchet to get some leverage on those wheel bearing bolts. But otherwise, yeah, this thing's the bee's knees. They brought back the Craftsman brand at Lowe's, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. But yeah, I guess on this little reprieve I have here while I'm waiting to hear back from my old man, I'm gonna try to get some air in these tires and see if they'll hold air. And then I don't know, maybe I'll start pulling some bolts out of that nose. They got that to put on. I stuck the grills inside this nose earlier. It changes the whole look of the car with the grills in it. But yeah, I'm just rambling on. At least I'm not like Barry Beamer rambling on about nothing. Fuck, I really wish he left those keys, because that's gonna chew up some time. Anyways, until next time, I'll put up another live later on. Take care.